One of the ways to indicate active listening is to repeat back something you heard. You see, for me, this indicates that you're actually listening to me and you're being affected by my story, which gives me energy. And if I feel good talking to you, then I'm gonna want you at my parties. I'm gonna want to do business with you. I'm gonna want you in my friend group, etc., etc., etc. Like, I wouldn't consider myself funny, but I know what to laugh at. I know how to allow myself to be amused by certain people and certain things. We were just in dinner in Mexico, and two of the guys told jokes, and both jokes were kind of funny. They weren't like, ha 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 ha. So I didn't fake that. I found the amusement in it, and I commented based on that. Have you ever met someone who made you feel deeply comfortable and appreciated? What if I told you that you could be that person too? In this video, I'm gonna share with you the 5 impactful, authentic social skills that you can use in any given moment to make people feel appreciated, comfortable, and make them love you. Now, caveat to this entire video is we're not doing this as a way to manipulate. We're doing it as a way to bring forth our most authentic selves so that we can build bridges of love and understanding and get stuff done in the world. Hello, welcome. My name is Preston Smiles. And I help people get free from the inside out regardless of their external circumstances. Today, I am extraordinarily excited to be bringing to you something that has absolutely changed my life. You see, about 11 years ago, I was living with my mom, teaching surf lessons and trying to figure out how to live my most abundant life. And I started working on me in such a way that regardless of what was happening externally, I felt so full and so magical and so dope as a human. I got that God, Buddha, Krishna, Jesus, Allah, Source, Divine Intelligence has never and will never make a mistake. I got that it was using me as a beacon, a vessel, a light, a source of inspiration and demonstration for what is possible. And so with my cup being so full, I began to give from the overflow, and that overflow attracted all of these people, and these people, we're all in the people business. Even if you do software, there's still people on the other side that have to use the software. There's something about connection, the human connection, that just makes people feel good and seen and makes them want to work with you, makes them want to refer you, makes them want to buy from you. So today I'm going to be sharing with you the 5 skills that I accidentally stumbled into that helped me become a multimillionaire, attract the woman of my dreams and the friend group of my dreams. I literally just got back yesterday from Cabo San Lucas. I took a private jet there and I took a private jet back. And I got off that jet and I got right into a car and went to a house on the beach. My room opened all the way up, pocket doors, and I could just literally look out onto the ocean. Everything was paid for, everything was beautiful, and it wasn't like 90% of it was not my money. Why would somebody want to help me like that? Why would they want to hang out with me? It's the 5 skills that I'm about to teach you right now. Now, before we go into the first one, I just want to double, triple check. If you haven't got my new book, Spiritual Millionaire, Unlock the 7 Inner Laws of Abundance and Money, click the link below or go to prestonsmiles.com/book. This thing is changing people's lives. I've been tagged thousands of times by people all over the internet saying that it's changing and supporting and transforming how they view the world. I know some of you just like to consume videos or listen to podcasts, but there's something really beautiful about having a physical book that you can refer to over and over and over again on how to use the laws of abundance to serve yourself, your family, and your community at large. Okay, let's get it. Now, the first social skill that will transform how people interact with you is active listening. Now, active listening is about commenting back, about literally having your spiritual body, your emotional body, and your ears all tuned in to this particular person and what they're saying. You ever had somebody just like almost lean in and be like hanging on your every word? There's something so disarming when someone comments back, when they use their eyes, like wow, what? And they're there with you. One of the ways to indicate active listening is to repeat back something you heard. So let's say we're in a conversation, we're at a party or something, and I'm telling a story and you go, wait, what? That is crazy. You're telling me that the water went all the way down? You see, for me, this indicates that you're actually listening to me and you're being affected by my story, which gives me energy. That makes me feel good. And if I feel good talking to you, then I'm gonna want you at my parties. I'm gonna want to do business with you. I'm gonna want you in my friend group, etc., etc., etc. I'm gonna want to date you. All of these things are possible when we actively listen to the person speaking. Now, skill number 2, which connects to number 1, is empathy. Now, empathy is where you step into their shoes. Empathy is where you allow yourself to be moved, whether it's like hilarious, whether it's sad, whether it's exciting, but you give yourself permission to feel them. Now, one of the ways to indicate empathy is through your eyes. Allow yourself to be taken. Wait, what? Wow. Are you kidding me? That's beautiful. You see, what I'm doing right now is I'm allowing not just my words, but my body, my eyes, all of it is expressing empathy. I'm allowing myself to be immersed in the conversation. Empathy goes such a long way. We're social beings. Social beings. We're born from a womb into hands of another. And so when we allow ourselves to play in the empathy while being active listeners, the game starts to change. Now, number 3 is to be you, to be the most authentic version of you. Meaning, if you're the type of person who snorts when you laugh, snort. If you, for instance, I was having a conversation with my now wife on one of our first dates, and she was talking about how she likes sushi and oysters. And I was grossed out by the thought of oysters. So I was like, I don't eat oysters. Those are nasty. They're like slimy boogers that you just slide out and eat. And we had this whole funny conversation about my disdain for oysters. In that moment, I'm being authentic. I'm actively listening. I'm having empathy, but I'm also being myself. Your job is to impart and gift the speaker also you. You are just as important. And that's one of the pre-frames before we even get into fully all the 5 is you have to understand who you are in the world. My belief is just my belief. God has never made a mistake. There is not a leaf on a tree. There is not a wave crashing in the ocean. There is not a mountain anywhere in the world that is a mistake, and therefore neither are you. And if the wave or the mountain or the puppy or the ice cream or the flowers are all beautiful and amazing and magical, then so are you. So that is what you bring. That's what you bring to the table when you bring your authenticity, when you bring your active listening, when you bring your empathy. Now, number 4 is having a good sense of humor. This is a tricky one because some of you aren't funny, and you don't have to be funny to have a good sense of humor. Like, I wouldn't consider myself funny, but I know what to laugh at. I know how to allow myself to be amused by certain people and certain things. We were just in dinner in Mexico, and 2 of the guys told jokes, and both jokes were kind of funny. They weren't like, ha, 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 ha. So I didn't fake that. I found the amusement in it, and I commented based on that, and it turned into this whole other conversation about something else. But the game is to allow yourself to be amused and to have a sense of humor. A lot of times people will, crack little jokes and put their little idiosyncrasies in, whether on purpose or just because that's who they're being. And your job is to receive it and or match it. You ever met somebody who starts to banter and goes into like sarcasm and you're like, are we doing this? Right? And then you start the sarcasm and then they start it and you're going back and forth. Yes, all of that is a yes. Now the 5th and final social skill that is immensely, I don't care where you are in the world, if you use this one, you will get people to like you, you will get people attracted to you, you will get people wanting to work with you, you will get people wanting to sleep with you, all of the above. The 5th social skill that has changed the game is be complimentary, meaning literally, if you like that person's shirt, say it. If you like the tone of their voice, say it. If you think their hair is silky and like luscious, say it. Not over, but nobody hates to be acknowledged for what they're wearing, how they talk, their skill set, their accomplishments. Nobody hates that. Now, I'm not telling you to be a suck up. I'm telling you to find authenticity in your compliment. Look for ways to acknowledge another being, and that being will feel seen and heard and loved. And from that love, they will want you around. Everything we do is with other humans, and proximity is power if you're in the right proximity. Now, with that said, I'm going to go back over the 5, and then I'm going to invite you into some proximity. So, we already talked about this. Number 1 was active listening. Number 2 was empathy. Number 3 was authenticity, being yourself. Number 4 was having a good sense of humor. And number 5 was being complimentary. Which one of these do you know you need to work on the most? Please leave it in the comments below and type, I hear you, I'm with you, P. Just so I know that these things are landing and they're helping you all. Now, caveat, if you don't have a crew, I want to invite you, and this has happened many times, even recently. I have something called the Spiritual Millionaire Academy. It's an 8-week course that then turns into a year-long thing. Right now, it is dirt cheap, and it's an absolute steal. This is a community. This is coaching with me every week. This is accountability pods. This is like people helping you grow and lean in and step forward. And the point of the Spiritual Millionaire Academy, yes, is to help you step into abundance in ways you never have before, but it's also for you to feel seen and known in a community. Yes, you can consume podcasts and YouTube and all of that stuff from far, but I'm asking you, if you know that it's time for you, I'm asking you to step in. I'm asking you to be known. I'm asking you to be accountable to a group of people. To me, birds of a feather flock together. And if you have a heart for the stuff and who I am and how I operate, all the other people will too. And you will all find each other, and you create community, and you help each other, and I help you too. So if you want some of that proximity, click the link below, prestonsmiles.com/SMA. Blessings and blessings, beautiful souls. Thank you for taking this ride, this journey. If this resonated in any way, please leave a comment below. If you're listening to this on a podcast, also make sure that you rate and subscribe wherever you are. And just know that I love you and I appreciate you. If you don't get the book, you don't join us in Spiritual Millionaire Academy, and you just consume this, I love you, I see you, and I get you. I literally come from nothing, and I built my dream life. I've designed it, and I'm living in it. And I told God that if I got where I am, I promise you I would turn around and give everything I have back to the people who don't. That's what this is. Blessings and blessings.